Good morning, students. I welcome you all in the class of direct and indirect speech. Children, I have already taught you some rules of direct and indirect speech. That is, how to use reporting verb and what are the rules for converting direct speech into indirect speech using present continuous, past continuous, perfect tenses, how to change it into the indirect speech, as well as when some helping verbs like is, are, was, were, has, have, will, shall, may, or can is given, then what we can write while making the sentence in the indirect speech. At the same time, if the time is given, if the days are given, then what to write while changing it into indirect speech. Then we saw some rules of the first and second person. That is, first and second person. If it's in the direct sentence, then while changing it into indirect, it will be changed into third person. If one who reports is the same as that one addressed, then second person will be changed into the first person. And while writing a sentence, we have to use that. Okay, so till here we have already completed. Now we will see one or two more rules. For example, questions are of two kinds. Those which are introduced by question words like who, which, when, how, etc. Those which are introduced by auxiliary verbs like is, are, am, was, were, do, did, can, will, has, etc. While converting an interrogative sentence into indirect form, the following changes are made. Now see, we can change the words, we can change the sentences according to this rule. Change the reporting verb say or tell into ask or inquire. Now learn this thing, children, once again. If say is given, it will be changed into said, or it will be changed into asked or inquire, or somewhere we can write request also. If there is some request, then in the indirect speech we will write down requested, inquired. Okay. Use if or whether instead of that to introduce the reported speech if it does not begin with a question word. So we can use if or whether also instead of that to introduce the reported speech. Then no conjunctions is required when the question is introduced by the question word. The interrogative form is changed into statement. Now see the example. She said to me, where are you going? This is the direct speech, direct question. Now see, she asked me. As we have said that say can be changed into ask. So she asked me where I was going. This will be the indirect speech. We have read one rule, no? That if one who reports is the same as one addressed, then second person will be changed into first person. So she said to me, where are you going? And the indirect will be, she asked me where I was going. In the same way, he said, may I go? He asked if he might go. This is your indirect speech. Now, imperative sentence. While converting an imperative sentence into indirect form, the following changes are made. The reporting verb said or told is changed into verb indicating command, request, advice, etc. as required by the sense. So, this is again a very simple point, children, that while changing a sentence into indirect speech, directly instead of writing said or told, we will read the sentence and then we will see if there will be request, then we will write on requested. If there will be any command, then we will write command, advised, required. So these type of words we can use instead of said or told. Change the imperative mood to infinite mood by placing to before the verb. So before the verb, we can use to. In case of imperative sentence beginning with let, use the reporting verb proposed or suggested followed by that and should. Follow the rules for the change of pronouns. No conjunction is required. So this is all about the rules of making imperative sentences. Now once again children, you all have to go through these points exactly. Now look at some examples. The examples are: the teacher said to the boys, "Do not make noise." And the teacher asked the boys not to make noise. This will be the indirect speech. He said to her, "Go away." Now, go away is a type of order. So, he ordered her to go away. Exclamation and wishes in the indirect speech are introduced by words expressing exclamation or wish. Erica cried, "Oh, I wish I had brought my camera." Erica exclaimed that she wished she had brought her camera. So, exclamations and wishes in the indirect speech are introduced by words expressing explanation or wish. So, this is all about direct and indirect speech. Now, children, you go through these rules and learn it thoroughly. Look at an overview. There are two ways of reporting what people have said. When the exact words used by the speaker or reporter, it is called direct speech. And when the meaning of a speech is conveyed into reporter's word, it is called indirect speech. So this is all about the chapter. Now, I will give you the exercises also, and your job is to learn these exercises, and the most important thing is to learn all the rules of converting direct speech into the indirect speech. Thank you, children.